got the luxury to eat inside. It was a 3-hour ride from Lisbon. This is for sure the ideal way to see the city. Today might be the day.
This is not beach attire.
We have less than 10 minutes to get there.
I was walking and I saw perreo.
You need to try this place. This is quite a hike. This is the town of the 80 feet. Waves. This is gonna be epic.
Not like anything I've ever tried before.
And that one is the pro one. It looks super cool. I'm super excited to spend over a month here. And even though it's cold, we're going to make the most out of it. How easy is for you to speak Portuguese?
Muito fácil, muito fácil. Eu falo muito. Muito.
This is a city to walk. It's really hilly. So make sure you do some training before coming here. Lau did a study abroad here in college and it's been her favorite country since. So technically she could also be our tour guide for the entire month, right?
This is where I came to school.
For years we've talked about coming back and exploring it together. That was an exciting moment. After so many years, she's back. We're starving, so it's time to walk into a random spot. We ordered traditional picanha. This came after and we didn't know it was included. We always get inside places. Some of them are empty, but as soon as we get in, people start coming in. I don't know.
We have a good back.
One thing I noticed quickly about Lisbon is that there's always an event going on somewhere. This one was around Barrio Alto, which our tour guide Lau says is the best place to be if you want a fun night. After some churros and a little bit of dancing, it is time to stock up on some groceries. We need granola, we need banana, we need yogurt. Usually we would do a full grocery run the first day. However, this month we're keeping it simple. For this trip we partnered with Selena, so we don't have our usual private kitchen, but a shared one instead. I'll let you know how it goes. Good night. Yesterday we did 30,000 steps. We almost walked the entire city.
A green juice?
The tour guide is doing her job, so she deserves a juice.
Green medicine. Maca, spinafers, pepino, limão, couve, apio, alface, gengibre. Gengibre? Gengibre.
Lau swears she's fluent in Portuguese, but I think she didn't understand half of those. Anywhere you point here, it's just a beautiful sight. I mean, it's impossible not to be a good photographer here. This view, wow. Especially when the sun is finally coming out. It is still cold for us, but at least sunny. Wow, check out this view. It is called Miradeiro de Santa Catalina. Can you smell the lavender? If there is view and music, that's where you can find us. I highly recommend it for sunset time, but come early to secure your spot. This city is great. It is only the second day and I can see why Lau is so obsessed. She did warn me about the luggage on the uphills, so for the next 3 months I'm only using a carry-on. Our favorite way to explore a new city is to walk around with no destination, and that's how we ended up right here on the harbor. They opened this place in 1996. Let's indulge in some ham and croquettes. Just what I wanted. The food scene in Lisbon so far has definitely lived up to its expectations. It's almost guaranteed that you will find a street performance on each viewpoint. I find intriguing that these things right here move up and down when a car comes.
We made it to the Castello. We had to eat something as a reward because it was uphill.
So these are pastel de nata, egg tarts.
I like the crunchiness. We've never had this crunchy.
Today we can call it a day of viewpoints and hills.
And castellos.
And many hours of walking. I did eat the whole baguette while Lau only snacked, so by this point she was hungry.
5:23. We haven't had lunch. I had picked a place and Gabe was like, no, let's eat higher up. We go higher up. He's like, no, you eat.
For sure, not my best idea, but good thing this place was open and we made it just in time for sunset.
There we go.
Yay!
By this point, our feet couldn't handle going back through everything we walked, so we decided to hop on the metro. The closest metro station to Selina is Cais do Sobre, which always has something going on and also has some of the best restaurants nearby. Today we chose to try the famous Time Out Market for dinner. Of course, I went for the pizza. What else could you expect? And time to sleep. The kitchen situation is alright so far, since we're only using it to eat a quick granola. There is no bowls, so this big glass will work.
Laundry day. All said, it was about 10 euros and I will pick it up in about 2 days.
Today we're headed to one of Laos' favorite spots, LX Factory. It is around an hour walk from the center and our feet could use a break, so we hop on the scooters instead.
If you've been to Miami, it's just like the European Wynwood. She wants to recreate a picture that she took when she came the first time.
I don't know. He says he's a photographer, but when it comes to my pictures lately, cool hunting is when you go and look at like what's trendy, what new brands are doing. And I think this is the best place to do it because everything here is like edgy and poppy and new. Don't touch. I love it.
You can find sardine cans with your birth year at this store. Another epic sunset, and we're off to Belem, which is pretty close by. It is a great idea to visit both the same day.
Traditional home-cooked food, my favorite.
You can't have salty without the sweet. It was time for me to finally try the famous pastéis de Belem.
We came like right before closing, no line.
No line at all.
It's so warm. Made it back. So we got visitors here. We have 2 childhood friends. We're doing a foodie tour the entire day. They came here just to taste everything about Lisbon, everything that they have, from pastel de natas to bifanas. I'm excited about that. They came from Valencia, Spain. So our first stop will be breakfast.
I wanted to try one of the most famous bifanas in Lisbon, so we went to As Bifanas to Afonso. Every time I had passed before, the line was out the door.
We came early, so we had the luxury to eat inside. So good.
For the next stop on our foodie tour, I have to take them to the pastéis de Belem I recently just discovered. We were lucky to have no line last time, so let's see how it goes. However, I have to admit it is worth the line if you are debating it. There is nothing more iconic than eating pastéis de Belem in front of the Belem Tower with your childhood best friends. And of course, my friends couldn't leave Lisbon without trying the famous francesinha, a loaded sandwich with meat, egg, cheese, beer sauce, and fries.
Portuguese bread shop. Louis loves these pastries here. It's as classic as you can get.
Just like that, they were on their way back to Valencia. It was fun to catch up with them.
We're going from Lisbon to Porto to spend a full day. It was a 3-hour ride from Lisbon. It was comfy, we had Wi-Fi, everything that we needed. First impressions?
Very cute, very rustic. I love that feel. I'm gonna buy a hat with Ronaldo's picture or his abs on my head.
And I see some gondolas down.
As usual, we're walking around with no destination to explore Porto.
Cable car, here we go. No, I think it goes like that.
No.
Uh-oh. Now what, my love? Now what? We're going like that? I think that's it.
No, Porto has to close.
They eventually closed it, but for a second I also thought it would stay open.
So this one was 7 euros per person.
And another 7 to close the door. But definitely worth it to head down to the river part we saw from above.
These two places, you see them everywhere. The sardine one and the pastel de bacalao with cheese.
For sure, we're going to have to try them at some point.
We found this place just walking around. Traditional as you get. Small little shop with all the Portuguese dishes.
All of them.
We have cachorro, this hot dog, the bifana, the francesinha, the steak with egg. This place was a great choice, and we got in just because a person sitting outside was just spending some time there eating, and he recommended the place. He's like, guys, you should go in, it's really good. And we're like, sure, let's try this one. There's no better way to get to know the 6 bridges than
Through a boat.
let's go to the water.
It's almost been a full year since we started traveling full time, and one thing we realized during our first month is that staying at a place for less than a month gets hectic and very draining. So we prefer to stay in a central location for 1 month and then do weekend trips just like this one.
This is for sure the ideal way to see the city if you know you only have 1 day. So the ticket included this place right here where you can taste some Porto wine, which is apparently really famous. I don't drink wine, but Lau will be the judge for this one.
It's super sweet.
So Lau couldn't finish the wine.
I was supposed to finish 2 and I couldn't finish 1. It's very good. It's very sweet, but my tolerance is like low. So I would need to sit there like a good thing of bread, like a thing of cheese, and we just don't have time right now.
Our bus back to Lisbon leaves at 8 p.m. So let's see what else we can find.
This will save us some time. We'll get all the way back up and then explore the city from the top.
You can choose between going up thousands of stairs or hopping on this very cramped ride.
So our official guide said that we saved 20 minutes.
I think.
Definitely worth it because it felt more like a ride than an elevator.
A bread shop. They sell so many goodies. And panaderias like this one, you can find them everywhere in Portugal. My guess is that this is the downtown and it's full of life. Look at that line. That's to enter the famous library where J.K. Rowling spent some time there and also was inspired to write some parts of the Harry Potter saga. This place is a rooftop right next to the boot store. You are literally on top of the stores and they have a garden. I don't know if it's real or fake, but it looks so good. You have a bar, you can buy coffee, alcohol, whatever you need.
And best of all, there is dogs running around. It is the first time this place has no line, so let's give it a try. We don't have much time left.
This one's really good.
So we're grabbing an Uber to the station and eating it on the go.
We're about to board. It's been fun. Now we have a 3-hour ride pending.
We debated whether one day in Porto would be enough, but I definitely think it was worth it. It is very walkable and the bus is comfy to avoid the long drive.
And we made it back to Selena. We always see these boats going around the Lisbon Bay. And you know what? Today might be the day to see what's the deal over there.
Right behind the metro station at Cais do Sobre, there is the ferry station and we're jumping on the next one. Let's see where it takes us. Apparently, we have made it to Cacilhas.
We crossed the river.
It was lunchtime, so picanha sounded like a great plan.
This picanha looks so good.
Picanha makes me very happy.
Something tells me that we are about to make it.
We thought we'll find the famous statue, but instead we ended up at this viewpoint.
It's one of the most epic sunsets I've seen. We also did a little detour to take some pictures with the view on the street. One of a kind for sure.
With every corner we turned, the sunset got better and better.
Oh, look at that.
Add this to your list for sure. It is only a quick ferry ride away.
We have been craving a beach day since we arrived in Lisbon.
I mean, yes, we're craving a beach day, but it's not like we're craving a beach day because look at what we're wearing. This is not beach attire.
But still, a beach is a beach.
It is not the most ideal beach weather, but today we're headed to the famous Cascais. Lau has been talking about it for years.
The name of these trains that we're taking are convoys. The surf culture here is super serious. You can see people hopping on and off on different stations to go to the beach, and Cascais is one of them. If you have a board, you can put it in the racks inside the train.
It's time to walk around and get lost, walk around and get lost.
Thus far, it's been a walkable town.
Should we move here? This is beautiful and it has everything we like.
No comments. We came to a Peruvian restaurant that was in the mood for some ceviche. It's a little bit outside of the main part of the town. Looks promising.
This is ceviche clásico and I'm very excited.
Amigo, el lomo saltado, as classic as it gets. This is so good. And right now I'm wishing that we had the running shorts to be able to run across the entire...
Okay, maybe I'm not going to pull out my shorts and start running, but the sidewalk next to the ocean does make it sound appealing.
And here we have...
Boca do Inferno.
This is a popular tourist spot where waves strike the rocky walls of the cave. It is worth the walk just for the scenic views.
A little hat, but Portugal style.
All this walking is making me hungry, and everything here looks so good.
We've seen an excessive amount of acai places.
I already want to go to Brazil.
If we did go to Brazil, what part should we check out? I'm open to suggestions.
So good. These type of tiles are super common. You'll see them in many buildings around Portugal. It's kind of a signature of the architecture.
It's like the typical thing that symbolizes Portugal, especially Lisbon. You see it in all the traditional places, like even churches and things like that are built out of those tiles.
I can see why Lau is obsessed with Lisbon. And if we did have to pick a spot, it would most likely be here, next to a beach, but still close to the city.
We're on the way to a station. We have less than 10 minutes to get there.
Run, 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 run!
Busy day today. We're gonna be working at the Selena.
We travel full time, but we also work just as we would back home. During the week, we'll normally work until 3.
We just finished the first half of the day, and now we have to get some lunch.
And then head out to eat.
I was walking and I saw perreo. And it was also Florida license plate. And then the guy behind me was like, what is she looking at? And then the rest of these poles all the way down the street, he was like reading what's on the poles. Obviously, all of them have like different stickers, but it was that one, perreo.
I tried this place for the first time a couple of days ago, and I'm hooked. We've been coming back ever since. Plus, it is comfy if you need to jump on a quick call or get some work done. It is my favorite in all of Lisbon.
You need to try this place whenever you come to Lisbon because it's delicious.
So far, Thailand has been the best barbershop, but it's time to test it out here in Lisbon.
Alrighty. It's kind of a secret miradeiro.
Apparently, while I was getting my haircut, Lau heard a Spanish song playing on the radio station that was about a couple falling in love and dancing in Lisbon.
We need to sing it. We need to sing it in like a lot of different places.
Early morning means day of adventure. We met 2 friends when we arrived to Selena. They live in Chile and they're spending a month here. It's gonna be fun because we're doing this road trip with them. First up, pick up our rental car. Okay, let's go. Then we drove to Castillo dos Muros in Sintra for an early morning hike.
The plus side to staying in places like Selena is being able to connect with others and meeting cool people from all over the world.
This is quite a hike.
It took us about 30 minutes to reach the top.
Right now the wall is closed because we came super early and we have a long day to go. I'm just thinking about the breakfast that we're gonna eat. This is the Sintra town, the one next to the big sites, like the castle and everything that you always hear about of people when they go to Lisbon. But for us, we're going for breakfast.
The size of this movie is wild.
We made it to Nazare. Yes, the famous one. This is the town of the 80 feet waves. 5 of the 6 biggest waves ever surfed were at Nazare, right here.
Lucky for us, we got all the inside scoop about this famous surf town because Ricardo is a pro surfer. There is a museum, shops, and so much more to explore. And it's less than a 2-hour drive from Lisbon. It's crazy to think that we are standing at the most iconic surf spot in the world that we see everywhere in movies and magazines. So how can this place produce 80 feet waves? There is a canyon underwater that creates the ideal conditions for these waves. These waves don't happen often, but when you pair the canyon with the right weather, the best surfers in the world will start to arrive.
So during the competition, which is during winter, you need to get inside the app and you'll get notified when it's the time to come. because obviously it's nature and you don't know when the big waves are gonna come. So they'll let you know, and then this gets crowded. So it's a must-see for sure. Hopefully at some point we can experience the event. One of the activities for the day is to learn how to drive manual.
Most car rental companies here in Europe only have manual cars available.
Driving, it's working. My professor Ricardo. We just got to Sao Martinho do Porto, I think it's the name. Now we're doing some exploring. If we see a great place for lunch here, we'll do it. We're looking maybe for a Portuguese style lunch. We'll see.
Good thing Ricardo and Cami are like us, so our road trip plan was to stop in as many random towns as possible, and of course, finding good food is always a must.
We had lunch with the perfect view of the town, and there's something really particular about this beach right here. The entrance with the waves, super small, and it's so unique. I love it, and you see the sunset right there.
The group voted on having Ricardo drive us back.
We made it to Ericeira, and we're running to see the sunset. This is gonna be epic.
Look at this shot Lau captured. It was her first time flying the drone.
Portugal, I just love you.
I love you too.
Are you moving?
Yeah, definitely.
There's a mirror on top. The sunset is epic. I mean, look at this view. This is just incredible.
It is getting really hard to choose which sunset has been the best in Lisbon.
Perfección.
We're trying the Oricos.
It's super moist. Not like anything I've ever tried before. Está muito gostoso, obrigada.
The mejor del mundo, the best in the world. This is so good. It's a muffin, but it's so different.
Muito bom. Eu disse.
We weren't expecting this. We were expecting just a regular muffin, but it's not. If you come here, you need to try this in Ericeira.
Today's surfing day. With everything I saw in the surf town, I had to give it a try, and Ricardo agreed to be my instructor for the day. We took a ferry to Costa da Caparica. This is their favorite spot, and we had never been, so we had to check it out.
This was for the suit and the board, $25 to rent it for about 3 hours, which is more than enough to start. Ricardo is gonna be teaching me everything that I need to know. Alright, let's do it. This one is easier to get on it because it floats, and that one is the pro one. So let's try this one first to see how easy it is.
Ricardo has been surfing for a few years, so he volunteered as my private instructor. If you don't have a friend like Ricardo, there are plenty of surfing schools on this beach.
We did the training, now it's time to get in.
This is Ricardo showing how it's supposed to be done. And then here is me, trying to follow instructions. At this point I realized that standing on a board will take more than one class. 10 points for effort. It was good cardio though.
Good night.
Good night.
I'm so tired. Ricardo is a pro.
What a great beach day. I can't believe our month is almost over. After all that surfing, it's time for dinner, so we grab an Uber across the famous bridge.
Let's do this, it looks super cool.
The Telecabine in Lisbon is the perfect plan during sunset. This time Ricardo was the one that thought the door wouldn't close. And to close up the night, we did some all-you-can-eat sushi at one of the restaurants near the Telecabine.
I'm exhausted, it's time to go to bed. Super grateful for Ricardo and Cami that taught me to drive manual and also taught me how to surf. We had so much fun. Good night. This is our last full day in Lisbon. It's been over a month.
The weather is warming up, so we headed out for a run.
I thought the farmers market was only on weekends, but I guess not. Today is a Thursday, and they're here. Alright, let's continue.
I'll definitely miss Lisbon.
We're back to Selena. Now we're getting hungry. This is the classic Selena breakfast, and we also got an acai bowl. We have to pick up some laundry that we left.
You too.
We finished packing. We're actually getting better at it. Tell me, what were your favorite places to work from in Lisbon?
We're actually getting close to one that we tried yesterday, which was amazing. It's called Boutique. It's so cute. It's a surf shop. And then you can also work from there. And they have acai and poke bowls. It's very cool. I really liked working from Dear Breakfast. It's a breakfast spot and it was really close to where we stayed at, but they have like 3 or 4 locations all over Lisbon. Number 3 would be Origem. It's really not like a known work spot, but it has the best lunches, tons of tables. Every day the lunch is a different menu and it's like home cooked meals. And it has tons of seating to work from, good outlets. It's very comfortable.
For our last dinner, we went to this famous ramen spot.
We are on our way back to Selena. We have to wake up at 3:30 to get to the airport and then fly to our next destination.
How could I leave without getting on the yellow tram? What an epic way to close our month stay in Lisbon.
We have fun, Lisbon. See you next time.
You will always have my heart. Tourist mode on.
We have the beach like 1 minute away. We're going on a road trip today. This was one of the only places with an automatic car. We want tapas.
To get there, you gotta pass through customs.
Arguably one of the best beaches in Andalusia. The water was crystal clear.
It's so perfect.
And guess what? There are 2 spots available. You only live once. What else can you ask? Fresh paella. We've been wanting to come here and we finally did it.